Now on Good Morning Northwest, graphic crime scene photos from the University of Idaho student murders case will not be released. That ruling made by a judge yesterday, but some of the evidence will still be made public. We're breaking down what he had to say.
And we've got a new dense fog advisory in effect this morning. I'll show you where we're off to a foggy start and where we've got more showers on the way today.
Plus, the South Hill rapist could be released today after decades behind bars. Kevin Coe's victims plan to testify as a judge decides whether the 80-year-old still remains a threat. What you can expect today. We're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Thursday, September 2nd. Robin Nance has the morning off. Let's kick things off this morning with meteorologist Matt Gray, who's taking a live look outside. And a lot of us running into that fog this morning, Matt. I know I did.
Yeah, I did as well. And it is damp, even if that fog is not settled all the way down to the ground this morning. We have some pretty limited visibility in many parts of the Inland Northwest. And this is new just in the last half hour for the National Weather Service. A dense fog advisory that goes till 8 a.m. That's from Deer Park, Athol, the Newman Lake area, all the way north to the U.S.-Canada border, places like Chewelah, Colville, Northport, Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint, the Newport area, Medellin Falls, and Ione all have this dense fog advisory in effect for your areas. So once again, this is just north of Spokane, just north of Coeur d'Alene. The areas in the orange and the red colors showing very limited visibility where you're getting down to less than a mile in that really thick, dense fog. No surprise here, 395 around the Loon Lake and Deer Lake areas is going to be one of those spots where you got to slow it down between Deer Park and Chewelah this morning. We're also seeing around Diamond Lake some pretty thick fog. Newport as well into the Sandpoint area. And then as you head up towards Naples and Bonners Ferry, you go over the hill there. So a lot going on here this morning with fog. There's also some rain we are still tracking this morning down on the Palouse region. We'll take a look at that and we could expect this afternoon coming up.
They want an opportunity to speak, to have one last final say in front of a courtroom.
Well, today, several women who were assaulted by Kevin Coe, the man known as the South Hill rapist, will get to share their testimony before his release from a state facility. Kevin Coe has spent the last 17 years at the Special Commitment Center on McNeil Island. He was sent there after serving 25 years in prison as the state had him declared as a sexually violent predator. Coe was suspected of dozens of rapes in Spokane in the late 70s and early 80s, but was ultimately convicted of just one. State experts now believe Coe is too old and feeble to be a danger and say he does not meet the criteria of a sexually violent predator. They've filed a motion to dismiss the petition to hold him. Now, we will be in the courtroom as the judge hears that motion this morning. It all starts at 9 a.m. That's when the women will have their chance to speak in court. We will be bringing you complete coverage of this story tonight on 4 News Now at 5 o'clock.
We are following breaking news. It's now day 2 of the government shutdown, and the White House says layoffs could begin today, leaving millions of Americans, from troops to TSA agents, wondering when their next paycheck will come. Overnight, Democrats and Republicans once again blocked plans to reopen the government. And right now, more than 750,000 federal employees are at home without work.
The food is high, the electric bills and the gas bill, all of these things went up. So I'm already juggling paycheck to paycheck.
One of the biggest fights in this shutdown is health care. Illinois Congressman Jonathan Jackson says coverage for millions of Americans is at risk.
Now they're trying to take this last bit of this health care cut and cram it down the poorest, most vulnerable people in the nation. 80 million people rely upon the Medicaid system, and 18 to 16 million people will lose their benefits and their coverage. And we put a stake in the ground and said, no more. This has to stop. People are trying to give the president the benefit of the doubt, but he has been ruthless and reckless in attacking the poor.
But Republicans like Eastern Washington Congressman Michael Baumgartner argue Democrats are the ones actually driving this shutdown. In a statement, he said, in part, our nation is over $37.5 trillion in debt. Sadly, Democrats are opting to shut down the government at their own spending levels over unrealistic demands of expanding Obamacare and free health care for illegal immigrants. The bottom line is Democrats like Jonathan Jackson say this is all about protecting health care, while Republicans like Michael Baumgartner say it's about spending and debt. But for millions of Americans, the impact is immediate. Paychecks, coverage, and jobs hanging in limbo. This is a developing story, and we will continue to keep you updated as we learn more. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Now we turn to the latest in the University of Idaho murders case. A Latah County judge announcing that they've sided with the victims' families, ruling graphic photos of the crime scene where Madison Mogen, Kaylee Gonsalves, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle were murdered by Brian Kohberger will not be released. Madison Mogen's mom, Karen Laramie, asked the judge back in August to keep certain photos private, saying the release of some of these pictures, including photos of her daughter's body, were a violation of privacy. The family of Ethan Chapin quickly joined in on this request. Judge Megan Marshall then had to weigh the public's right to know what happened against the claims for privacy. Judge Marshall writing in her decision, there is little to be gained by the public in seeing the decedent's bodies, the blood-soaked sheets, blood spatter, or other death scene depictions. Whereas the dissemination of these images across the internet and in public spaces where the plaintiffs may come upon them by happenstance has already occurred. Causing them extreme emotional distress is an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. However, Judge Marshall didn't completely side with the victims' families here. They also requested that photos that contained images of alcohol, personal property, or videos of witnesses crying should also be withheld from public view. The judge saying in response to that request, releasing those images does not impugn the character of the decedents in a way that constitutes an unwarranted invasion of privacy. So those records can still be released. A Coeur d'Alene woman police say was assaulted and left severely injured is now likely to die. Police say that they're now shifting their investigation from an aggravated assault case to a potential homicide. According to CPD, 77-year-old Susan Stratton was attacked on September 18th on Skyline Drive near Cherry Hill Park. She entered hospice care yesterday, and police say she's unlikely to survive. A person of interest in this case has been identified, and police are now asking for help finding them. If you have any surveillance footage of an adult riding a bicycle on Highway 95 between Athol and Coeur d'Alene between the hours of 8:55 p.m. on September 17th and 4:50 a.m. on September 18th, you're asked to contact Coeur d'Alene police. Well, the city of Spokane wants to spend $6,000 on these traffic signs that say, "Slow the flock down." The city council will vote on this proposal next week. The signs are sparking a debate about whether this play on words is inappropriate for public spaces or just effective humor to get drivers' attention. If approved, Spokane residents would be able to pick up these signs at City Hall to put in their own front yards.
We're an educated society. We do not have to go to those words. We do not have to go to that level.
The Director of Transportation and Sustainability says the city needs to influence people's choices to slow down. Seattle already uses similar signs with the same messaging, and the Spokane City Council will decide whether to approve this purchase during next week's meeting. And speaking of the Spokane City Council, we'll be live streaming a debate tonight for the second position of District 3 for the Spokane City Council. The debate is between candidates Christopher Savage and incumbent Zach Sapone. You can watch the debate live at noon on KXLY+, and if you miss it, it'll be available again at 7 p.m. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:08. We got meteorologist Matt Gray standing by with not a lot of visibility down near Lewiston.
No, and remember, this is far, far away from that dense fog advisory this morning, but we've had a lot of wet weather overnight, and with that comes more moist atmosphere and comes those foggy conditions. So no matter where you are in the inland Northwest, just be ready for a quick drop in visibility on your morning drive. Just in case, we'll take a look at what else you could expect today in your forecast coming up.
And still to come here on Good Morning Northwest, rescuers in Indonesia race against time to find 59 students still trapped under a collapsed school. 5 survivors have now been pulled from the rubble, but hopes for others are fading. What we know about today's desperate search, that's next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Hospitals.
It's a 48-hour flash sale today through Sunday at Walker's Furniture, where every item is marked down an additional 20% off already low prices. Or take advantage of 5 years no interest financing with no money down.
Beautiful bedroom sets 20% off. All sofas, love seats, and sectionals 20% off. And all dining sets 20% off.
It's a flash sale you can't afford to miss. This Wednesday through Sunday at Walker's.
My name is Carol Lacombe, and I'm 82 years old, and I have been here 2 years. My husband passed away, so I ended up feeling pretty isolated. We took a look around, and I thought, this is the place. It was very welcoming. Everyone seems to be very open and friendly. I find it to be just a very comfortable, home-like place to be. It is home.
Hey everyone, it's Zap from Mainstream Home Services. Just $25. That's all it takes to get your furnace tuned up by Mainstream's licensed pros. What a Zap-tastic deal. Restore your furnace to factory fresh condition and stay warm all winter. We're open every day and honest every time. Give us a call at 866-411-ZAP. Mainstream. Solutions, not surprises.
Every day, our customers experience that moment. The moment when the decision is made and the train has left the station. When there's nothing left to do but lean forward and watch a little piece of the future unfold right before your dilated pupils. It only lasts a heartbeat or two, and some moments end better than others. But whatever the outcome, there's never a dull moment at Northern Quest. Yes, the best.
Kevin Coe, Spokane's notorious South Hill rapist, wants out.
The state's own expert says he's no longer a threat.
But for Spokane, the place where it all happened, his name still haunts.
What happens next? A judge will decide this Thursday. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Deist. How are people reacting? What are his rights? And what rights do victims still have?
Will this be the final chapter in the South Hill rapist case?
Join us for team coverage Thursday only on 4 News Now.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:12, and here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. At least 4 people have now been injured after a car ramming and a stabbing attack outside of a synagogue in Manchester, Northern England. It happened on Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar. A witness says that they saw a car drive at members of the public and that one man had been stabbed. Armed officers then responded, and a man believed to be the offender here was shot. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said he was appalled by the attack and thanked emergency services for their response. In Indonesia, rescuers have saved 5 students now from the rubble of the collapsed school, but today, they're not finding any more signs of life. Parents of the 59 students that are still trapped inside have authorized the use of heavy equipment to continue their search efforts for survivors. Students at the Islamic school were conducting afternoon prayers Monday when the upper floor is still being constructed crashed on them. 5 students are confirmed dead. Well, the core of Hurricane Imelda passed over Bermuda last night. Conditions deteriorated on the islands as Imelda packed 100-mile-per-hour sustained winds in its core. The worst impacts are expected to last through early Thursday. Today, Imelda is also churning up dangerous surf, rip currents, and coastal flooding along the U.S. East Coast as it still moves east.
Time to plan your day. We're starting off with some foggy conditions and a couple of showers still lingering around the Palouse region this morning. For this afternoon, dreary conditions continue as that fog lifts. We'll see mostly cloudy skies. There will be a few isolated showers, maybe even a stray lightning strike. Then for this evening, skies will begin to clear for most areas, but not everybody gets to clear out so fast. We'll show you who will be seeing lingering showers into Friday coming up.
Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:13. Well, today you can put the coats in the back of your closet to good use. We're taking a live look today at the Goodwill up on the South Hill, where later today, got a familiar face hanging out up there and collecting coats for a good cause. It's our Coats for Kids kickoff party, and we want you to swing by. We'll tell you all the details. That's next.
Kevin Coe, the South Hill rapist, wants out. The state says he's no longer a threat, but Spokane still remembers. A judge rules Thursday. What are his rights and the victims? Watch team coverage Thursday on 4 News Now.
From your head and shoulders, down to your toes, and everywhere in between. Kootenai Health provides advanced medicine right where you need it, right here in North Idaho.
With less burning, itching, and pain from moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, imagine being a million miles away. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. Most people saw 100% clear skin that stayed clear even at 5 years. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Ask your doctor about Tremfya.
Kerner Furniture is blessed to have called the Inland Northwest home for the past 46 years.
We've also been blessed to help furnish your homes these past 4 decades.
And to celebrate our 46th year, we are having an anniversary sale.
Shop our selection of living room, dining room, and bedroom sets, all at lowered sale pricing.
And if you're looking for a lazy boy, then start here because we always guarantee the lowest prices in the area.
Celebrate 46 years of Kerner Furniture during our anniversary sale.
Going on now.
Avamere South Hill is so much more than just a home. We're enhancing lives every single day.
My home was heaven on earth, and now Avamere is heaven on earth.
Everybody's very friendly here and welcoming.
Come visit us and experience the Avamere difference.
Stay and play at Missisquoi Casino Hotel, where jackpots, food, and fun come together at the region's only non-smoking casino and hotel. We're the place for a day trip, weekend getaway, or your next holiday party or group event. Enjoy the casino action playing your favorite gaming machine, or try your skills at the live table games. Stay and play at Missisquoi Casino Hotel, located just north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah.
AutoNation makes it easy to say hello to your next car. Shop over 25,000 used vehicles now at AutoNation.com. Plus, we'll buy your car for top dollar and pay you the same day. Visit your nearest AutoNation store today.
Is there a sport your kids haven't suited up for? Luckily, when it comes to providing advanced care for your family, there isn't a sports injury Kootenai Health hasn't seen. Find your specialist at kh.org.
4 News Now is brought to you by Monster Jam.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:17. Today we are celebrating 40 years of Coats for Kids. And what's a better way to celebrate than with a donation party with our very own Chris Crocker? Sounds like a dream. We are thrilled to once again have our Goodwill team team up with us to collect those new and gently used coats. The party is called the Winter Glow, and it's happening this afternoon at Goodwill's South Hill store from 4 to 8. We need coats of every size. That's toddlers up to the largest sizes. So many kids are in need here in our Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, and we want to help fight off the winter's cold. So take a look in your closet. It's a homework assignment for you. Find a coat to donate, then stop by and say hi and get a cup of coffee or a hot chocolate. For every coat you'll bring in, you'll be entered into a drawing for some fun prizes there. And what's great, all the sizes, and we get them all washed too. So if you have a coat, you're like, oh, there's a stain on it, or it could use a wash, don't worry. We'll take care of it for you, and we'll make sure it gets in the right hands.
Pro-level cleaning. Absolutely,
and here's a live look at that Goodwill this morning, where the party will be starting here today. So look in those closets. I'm sure you got one that's just hanging out there that doesn't fit anyone, or maybe don't like it anymore, or whatever. Put it to good use.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's going to be here before we know it, before we need to start grabbing those coats in the morning. We've started over the last week or so to really kind of feel the weather begin to turn a little bit. It's actually starting to feel like fall out there, and that does come with clouds and fog and rain and cooler temperatures and that damp feeling in the mornings like we're seeing this morning, where you'll need to feel like you got to put on a sweater. Now, have been tracking some showers throughout the morning, but things have calmed down considerably over the last hour. We got a little area of rain right over the Dworshak Reservoir in North Idaho, but otherwise things are pretty quiet now, spinning around on radar here in the Inland Northwest. You can see over the last hour how some of those showers that are around the Pullman area have really started to kind of fade away here this morning. There will be a return to wet weather around the Palouse region as we get into this afternoon, where we will see pop-up showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder. Very isolated, though, chance for that. Across the Blue Mountains into the Palouse region, maybe even a sprinkle or two around the Tri-Cities and Moses Lake later today. And so through the afternoon, most places will be missed by the wet weather, but in those select areas I just mentioned, still a chance for these showers as they try to track further north and at least try to get into the periphery of the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Don't think they'll be as successful as what we saw yesterday. And speaking of success, well, guess what? More showers in the Palouse region. We need the rain in the central panhandle and in southeast Washington, and we have a chance to pick up at least
just a little bit more light rain on Friday morning. Meanwhile, further north, likely to see some more fog, and we will see conditions begin to dry out, clear out here heading into Friday. So Friday looks like a beautiful sunny fall day in many areas, but it will start off a little dreary in southern parts of our region. In the meantime, we continue to see pretty moist conditions here this morning. When the humidity is about 100%, that usually means that there is a cloud that you are living in right now. And so foggy conditions around parts of Spokane Valley. We've seen fog move in and out of Post Falls from time to time. Here's your visibility here this morning. Well, if we can get to it, there you go. Fog is especially thick around Deer Park, Highway 2-395 between Deer Park and Newport and Loon Lake. Folks, make sure you are slowing down. That looks like to be where the fog is having the most impact here this morning, but there are going to be places of limited visibility all across the greater inland northwest in the greater I-90 corridor. We'll be on the lookout here for some of those spotty showers this afternoon. Temperatures are only going to be in the low 60s for highs today. We'll get slightly warmer with the sunshine heading into the weekend, and then looking like some beautiful fall days next week with chilly temperatures. Frost is on the way, so just be ready for that next week.
I feel like we've just completely flipped a switch here, and we're all in on those cooler temperatures.
It always goes really fast somehow. No matter what happens, there's always that switch gets flipped, and then we are off to the races for the next season.
Honestly, not too mad at it right now, but ask me in a couple weeks.
We'll see how it goes.
Thanks. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:21. The season schedule for the Professional Women's Hockey League has officially been released, with the league's two newest teams, Vancouver and Seattle, being slated to duke it out in Game 1 of their inaugural seasons. That's coming up on November 21st. We'll tell you when Seattle's first home game is at Climate Pledge Arena. That's coming up next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The redesigned Tiguan is here, and it's turning heads. Luxury meets functionality with new styling that includes elevated interior design and smarter tech. Take a test drive at Post Falls Volkswagen, home of 0000.
With depression, it feels like every day you're just going through the motions. But what if you could get your go back?
Go with Auvelity.
Auvelity worked fast. Some saw relief in as early as 1 week. And Auvelity lasted. On average, significant relief was seen at 6 weeks. Antidepressants may increase suicidal thoughts and actions in young adults. Tell your doctor about sudden changes to mood, thoughts, or behavior. Don't take Auvelity if you have a history of seizure, eating disorder, or have abruptly stopped drinking alcohol, or taking benzodiazepines, barbiturates, or anti-seizure medicine. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Don't take if you're allergic to dextromethorphan, bupropion, or any of the ingredients in Auvelity. Don't take with MAOIs. High blood pressure, manic episodes, serious eye problems, and dizziness can occur. Report all medicines you take to avoid a life-threatening condition. Don't take Auvelity if you are or may become pregnant. Side effects can include dizziness, headache, diarrhea, feeling sleepy, dry mouth, sexual function problems, and excessive sweating. Ask your provider about Auvelity.
Go with Auvelity.
Attention, RV shoppers! R&R RV in Liberty Lake has just lowered prices on every motorhome, fifth wheel, and travel trailer in stock. Last year's models are slashed to the lowest clearance prices you will ever find. We're talking jaw-dropping savings on Montana, Rockwood, Cougar, Winnebago, and more. Don't delay. R&R RV's fall clearance sale is on now. Quit dreaming. Just do it. Hurry to R&R RV to claim your new RV and save thousands. Visit R&R RV in Liberty Lake, I-90 exit 296, or shop now at rnrrv.com.
Entertaining, innovating, fascinating, educating. The 47th Annual Spokane Home Ideas Show returns to the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center October 10th through 12th. Shop a huge selection of home idea experts, builders, remodelers, landscapers, kitchen and bath designers, flooring, roofing, windows, siding, lighting, smart home tech, decor, and more. Kids enjoy free activities, maze, coloring contests, scavenger hunt, and free pumpkins. Sip and shop the show with craft beer, canned cocktails, and wine. Spokane Home Idea Show, happening at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center.
Looking for space, style, and serious performance? You'll find it all in a Volkswagen Atlas. 3 rows equals room for everyone. And turbocharged power means this SUV is built for fun. Take a test drive at Post Falls Volkswagen.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:24. 2 jets collided on the ground at New York's busy LaGuardia Airport. The impact nearly tearing off one of the wings. Here's ABC's Victor Okendo with the details.
Overnight, 2 Delta planes colliding at New York's LaGuardia Airport, leaving at least 1 person injured and causing extensive damage.
You're like, oh my God, we're just in a plane crash.
A flight taxiing for departure to Roanoke, Virginia, crashing into the fuselage of a plane arriving from Charlotte. The plane's carrying a combined 93 people.
Yeah, we did. Their right wing clipped our nose and the cockpit. We have damage to our windscreen and some of our screens in here.
The collision damaging the nose and windshield of one plane, but on the other, a wing was almost entirely torn off.
Endeavor 5135, we have one injury on board.
One flight attendant on the departing flight was taken to the hospital. The injuries described as non-life-threatening. Passengers forced to get off the plane on the tarmac, then boarding a bus. William Lusk was among them.
We were taking a right off of the main runway, and all of a sudden you feel the brakes go on, and you see this object coming across the left side of the plane. You feel the front of the plane just kind of get dragged to the right, and you can physically feel like in your seat, you moving to the right.
The airline saying Delta will work with all relevant authorities to review what occurred as safety of our customers and people comes before all else. Victor Okendo, ABC News, New York.
Well, the schedule for the PWHL Seattle, that new team in the Professional Women's Hockey League, is now out. The team will play their home games at Climate Pledge Arena. The first game of their inaugural season will take place actually in Vancouver. Now then, the team is at Climate Pledge for the next 5 games, with their first home game on November 28th. Season tickets are now available, and single game tickets will be on sale here very soon. Very excited to see what this team does this year. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:26. The Trump administration delays 100% tariffs on imported drugs that were set to start this week. The White House says it's now reviewing company proposals to cut prices and build U.S. plants. The tariffs that are still on the table. We'll tell you next. Plus, October kicks off Domestic Violence Action Month, something more than 1 in 3 women experience. The YWCA honors survivors at a community vigil and offers free training to help you support those who need it most. The ways that you can help this month and beyond. That's next. And before we go to a break, here's a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the hunt for Halloween discounts.
I put a spell on you. And now you're mine.
Major brands hoping to channel Hocus Pocus and scare up huge sales with their Halloween tricks and treats. According to the National Retail Federation, spending this Halloween season is expected to reach a record $13.1 billion. That's over $1 billion more than last year.
Even before October, half of people celebrating the holiday have already started picking up items. This Halloween, NRF is expecting a record in terms of what consumers are expecting to spend.
And as inflation and tariffs weigh on consumers' minds, discounts are already dropping, even at the beginning of October. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on how you can score more of these scary savings. With your GMA First Look, I'm Will Reeve, ABC News, New York.
Even on an antidepressant, there are days I feel stuck in my head. Depression symptoms like lack of interest and negative thoughts can hold me back. I wanted to break through. I asked about Vraylar. Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant significantly reduces overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, nausea, constipation, insomnia, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar, breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
What's behind the plan for Spokane's schools and parks? Find out at togetherspokane.org.
If you're seeing this ad, then we've still got inventory that needs to go. Come in now for our most aggressive in-stock pricing of the year and 0% financing.
At your local Liberty Lake or Spokane, Floor and Home.
If you have a vehicle you no longer need, you can give it new purpose through Union Gospel Mission. Simply go to ugmmotors.org or call 509-327-HELP to schedule a pickup. Your donation gives people like Tyler food, shelter, job training, and the opportunity for a whole new life. Be a driver of change. Donate your vehicle to Union Gospel Mission.
Discover fall. Coeur d'Alene getaways starting at just $249.
If you're seeing this ad, then we've still got inventory that needs to go. Come in now for our most aggressive in-stock pricing of the year and 0% financing.
At your local Liberty Lake or Spokane Floor and Home.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We are kicking off this half hour with the 4 News Now story tracker and the stories people are reading about online this morning. Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg was among several activists on flotillas that were bound for Gaza that are now detained by Israeli military. The flotilla is trying to break Israel's 18-year blockage of Gaza and get aid to the war-ravaged enclave. Organizers labeled Israel's interception of these ships as an illegal attack on humanitarians. All of the detainees are expected to be deported. The Trump administration says it is canceling nearly $8 billion of climate funding. Office of Management and Budget Director Russ Vought made that announcement on X. He called the money green scam funding and said it fuels the left's climate agenda. But all but two of the 16 states have Democratic governors. Vought did not specify exactly which projects are being impacted. Pope Leo is criticizing climate change deniers just days after President Trump called climate change a con job. He's calling for pressure to be placed on governments to protect the environment, as he stressed that damaging the natural world is incompatible with Christian faith. The first American pope made the comments in a speech at a climate conference yesterday. Pope Leo is also at odds with the Trump administration on what it means to be pro-life, saying someone who says I'm against abortion but is in favor of the death penalty is not really pro-life. Good morning, Northwest. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Thursday, October 2nd. Robin has the morning off. We're going to kick things off with meteorologist Matt Gray and a look at our first alert forecast. Matt, we've been looking at this fog all morning here.
Yeah, we certainly have. It has been quite noticeable as you step out the door this morning. You've either got some pretty thick fog or some low-hanging clouds. You almost feel like you can reach up and touch them this morning. Dense fog advisory in our northern counties until 8 in the morning, and that includes northern parts of Kootenai and northern parts of Spokane County, so from Deer Park and Athol all the way north to Bonners Ferry on the Idaho side, all the way north to Medellin Falls and Northport on the Washington side in these areas, particularly as you head from Deer Park to Chewelah over the summit here through Loon Lake. On 395, that is an area that is really socked in with the fog this morning, as well as if you head north to Chattaroy through the Diamond Lake area to Newport on Highway 2, another area that's seeing quite a bit of fog, as well as between Newport and Sandpoint here to start the day, along with around the Naples area. So everybody got to slow it down here a little bit while this thick fog continues to hang around. Getting less daylight here now that we're in October, and so it's going to take a little bit longer for that fog to lift and dissipate. So it's going to be hanging around with us for a good portion of the morning. Right now it's 48 in Spokane. That fog just hanging off of the roofs of the buildings here in downtown. We'll take a look at what else you could expect today in your full forecast coming up.
Matt, thanks. The 20-year-old University of Washington student accused of shooting a WSU football player faced a Whitman County judge for the first time. Pullman police say Ja'Cory Buchanan shot Cougars offensive lineman Sonny Faialalo at a party in Pullman 10 days ago. Faialalo told Pullman police he was trying to stop Buchanan from assaulting a woman at the party. The state has until tomorrow to formally charge Buchanan.
My client's charged with an assault, and there isn't an offer outside of an assault charge. I'm ready to take it to trial.
If Buchanan is charged, he'll be arraigned on October 10th. In the meantime, he's being held at the Whitman County Jail on a $100,000 bond.
We have new developments in a story we told you about yesterday. The Moses Lake Police Department say the report that middle school students were threatened with a gun wasn't true. Students from Frontier and Endeavor Middle School said a man confronted them while on a run near Milwaukee Avenue and Montlake Park. This incident led to a big response from the Moses Lake and the Grant County Sheriff's Office. And after looking into it, police say there's no evidence a crime actually happened. They're sending a report to the juvenile prosecutor to decide if students should face charges. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Now to continuing coverage on the fatal shooting at Eastern State Hospital. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office now releasing the name of the deputy who fired his gun during this incident. Deputy Evan Flanagan has worked at the Sheriff's Office since 2022. He's a patrol deputy, a member of the TAC team, and a drone operator. Following this incident, Flanagan was placed on routine administrative leave. The investigation is still ongoing. Now, the identity of the suspected shooter in this incident and his cause of death were also revealed yesterday. According to the Spokane County Medical Examiner, 24-year-old Nathaniel Bunch shot himself in the head. His death now being ruled a suicide. Bunch is suspected of starting a brush fire near Medical Lake High School, then breaking and entering into a home and firing gunshots before going to Eastern State Hospital and killing hospital employee Colleen Bass. The Trump administration has delayed the 100% tariffs on some imported drugs. President Trump threatened to impose the tariffs on brand name or patented drugs last week. He said that the tariffs will not apply to drug makers who are building manufacturing plants here in the U.S. They were set to go into effect on Wednesday, but a White House official says those tariffs will not be levied while the administration evaluates companies' proposals to reduce prices and increase U.S. manufacturing. However, that official says the tariffs are still being worked on. October is Domestic Violence Awareness or Action Month, and the YWCA honored that last night by hosting a community vigil. It honors domestic violence survivors and those who have lost their lives because of this abuse. It also served as a call to action. The YWCA is one of the many organizations now calling this month Domestic Violence Action Month. Organizers called on the government to fund programs that help domestic violence survivors and for community members to learn how to best support those experiencing this violence.
Domestic violence is a huge issue in our community. More than 1 in 3 women and 1 in 10 men are estimated to experience it. And so this is an opportunity for us to come together as a community and say that we want to create a world without violence, right? That we are here to support survivors, to believe them.
The YWCA say that it offers trainings that are free to the public to teach them how to recognize domestic violence and what to do if one of your family or friends experience it. These trainings happen all year long and not just during Domestic Violence Action or Awareness Month. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:37. Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray to kick off our Thursday morning. We're just doing a round robin of all the different places here, and majority
There's
of them,
fog everywhere.
We got a lot of fog.
You get some fog, and you get some fog. This is Soap Lake this morning, by the way. So yeah, it's either foggy, it's misty, it feels damp out there after all the rain yesterday. Yeah, take a look at that. Yeah, definitely can notice that fog here in downtown Spokane. We'll show you what to expect this afternoon, or rather, who has more rain in their forecast today. Coming up.
Matt, thanks. Well, your kid's favorite sandwich gets a healthy upgrade. Smucker's is launching new Uncrustables with 12 grams of protein and some whole grains. The flavor is that even parents will want to try. That's next.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Milk? You got a rumble in your tumble that you don't want to address.
I don't know.
Don't live in dairy denial. You can have your milk and smile. Lactate's in the real milk aisle. Lactate.
Mopping is hard work. Then I tried the Swiffer Power Mop. It has a built-in solution that breaks down dirt on contact. Plus, its 360-degree swivel head cleans up along baseboards and even behind the toilet. Bye-bye, bucket, with the Swiffer Power Mop.
Stay and play at Missisquoi Casino Hotel, where jackpots, food, and fun come together at the region's only non-smoking casino and hotel. We're the place for a day trip, weekend getaway, or your next holiday party or group event. Enjoy the casino action playing your favorite gaming machine, or try your skills at the live table games. Stay and play at Missisquoi Casino Hotel, located just north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah.
AutoNation makes it easy to say hello to your next car. Shop over 25,000 used vehicles now at AutoNation.com. Plus, we'll buy your car for top dollar and pay you the same day. Visit your nearest AutoNation store today.
Andy's Heating Cooling guarantees to keep your home safe and cool. Your home and office comfort is Andy's priority. Stay cool this summer with a new air conditioning system from Carrier.
My air conditioner was not working. All I needed was a replacement sequencer. I called another company and they wanted to replace the unit for over $10,000. I was so glad I listened to my neighbor who recommended I get a second opinion from Andy's.
Turn to the experts. Andy's Heating Cooling since 1972, thanks to you.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better, to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
Kevin Coe, the South Hill rapist, wants out. The state says he's no longer a threat, but Spokane still remembers. A judge rules Thursday. What are his rights and the victims? Watch team coverage Thursday on 4 News Now.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:41. Smucker's says it's going to give its Uncrustable sandwiches a protein boost. The Bright-Eyed Berry sandwich will feature peanut butter and strawberry jam, while the Up and Apple sandwich will have peanut butter and apple cinnamon jelly. Yum. They boast 12 grams of protein per sandwich here, with more fiber and whole grains. Never going to turn down a good Uncrustable, Matt.
Yeah, me neither. And I'm going to say it again. Where's the grape? Why can't you have protein in the grape? That's the best one. Whatever. Plan your day. Cloudy, spotty showers, fog, limited visibility. Make sure you're adding a little bit extra time to your drive, especially if you're watching us from north of Spokane, north of Coeur d'Alene, where that fog is a little bit thicker this morning. Dreary, cool conditions throughout the day. We will see some isolated rain develop in a few select areas for this afternoon. Most of us are going to start to clear out as we head into this evening, as a drier pattern will begin to take hold.
After 6 years, McDonald's is bringing back Boo Buckets. This specialty menu item will only be available for a limited time. There will be 5 different bucket characters, which include a ghost, a pumpkin, and a goblin. And new this year are the cat and zombie. These buckets will be available starting on the 21st. Get them while you can. Good morning. Northwest time right now is 6:42. 11 major wildfires are burning right now across Washington state. Hundreds of homes still under evacuation orders, and Highway 97 is closed for 30 miles. We have the latest on the fire conditions. What's coming up next?
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
This month, get spooktacular savings on new Sierra 1500 Elevations with $13,750 off or 0% APR. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront.
When you're in a car wreck, we're not just here to fight for you. We're here as a family. At Craig Swamp & Associates, we treat every client like one of our own.
We're not just a business. We're a family.
When I reached out to Craig Swamp & Associates, it felt like I was talking to family. They got started right away. They made sure I received everything I was owed.
Call Craig Swamp & Associates and let us show you what it means to be treated like family. Just one call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Comfort and peace. When a loved one is in need of end-of-life care, it's more than care. It's warmth and dignity in the face of advanced illness. Courage binds us all. The courage in facing a terminal illness together. Our care team have dedicated their lives to alleviating pain, discomfort, and providing licensed around-the-clock medical attention. We are Hospice of North Idaho, and we are honored to care for your loved one.
Bill's Heating and AC has not 1, not 2, but 3 warehouses overstocked with top quality air conditioners. To clear out inventory before the end of the year, we're doing something we've never done before. Advertising our guaranteed lowest pricing for all to see. Right now, you can get a full heating and cooling system installed for only $6,500 to $8,500, depending on capacity. Call now before this amazing deal goes away. Call 208-777-5528.
From the 5 a.m. morning regulars
To those gotta fit it in lunchtime rush business goers. To the busy moms that need childcare so they can just have a little time to themselves. Move Fitness is here for you, serving up the largest variety of workout options in Spokane. And right now, you can get it all for about $1 a day. So what are you waiting for? Stop by a Move Fitness near you today.
Join the movement.
This month, get spooktacular savings on new Sierra 2500 HD Denali's, up to $14,500 off or 3.9% APR. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
4 News Now is brought to you by Custer's Antique and Vintage Show.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:45. We may just be kicking off the month of October, but it's still very much fire season here in Washington state. Several major wildfires are still forcing evacuations and impacting the air that we all breathe. Stella Sun reports.
Across Washington state, 237,000 acres have burned this fire season, and we have 11 major fires burning right now. In the Okanagan-Wenatchee Forest, the Labor Mountain Fire burning over 37,000 acres.
On this fire right now, we also have 567 structures or homes, residents in the evacuation level.
It's forcing a 30-mile closure of Highway 97 Blewett Pass.
Are the black, the gray, and the orange kind of behind us. And what that indicates is that the fire has burned really hot through this area.
Really hot fires or high severity fires increase the risk for water runoff, erosion, even mudslides and landslides.
They can move that sediment down and put it on the road, put a risk to travelers.
Debris from mud flows can poison water sources.
They also can impact the fisheries, the water systems, and cause detriment to, the anadromous fish, the salmon.
Just to the northeast of the Labor Mountain Fire, over 39,000 acres of land consumed by the Lower Sugarloaf Fire, 12 miles northeast of Leavenworth.
On the Lower Sugarloaf, we have all 3 level 3, 2, and 1 evacuations in place currently.
Commissioner of Public Lands Dave Upthegrove meeting with fire crews in Cle Elum, urging lawmakers to restore funding it pulled from the Department of Natural Resources wildfire preparedness and response efforts under House Bill 1168. If the legislature doesn't restore our wildfire prevention and response funding, we will see more fires, bigger fires, and higher costs to taxpayers, with more smoke impacting people's health. As wildfires continue to burn across the state, every part of the state of Washington has been impacted by wildfire smoke this year, and it can have very serious health impacts. Stella Sun, Como News.
And we have not been immune to that impact at all this year. Definitely seeing our fair share of wildfire smoke from those fires. But this right now, it may look like smoke, but this is fog.
I like it a lot better.
Yeah, I can take this. This is just kind of a fall gloomy day.
Yeah, a little October gloom. Very befitting of the season here this morning.
I kind of like it. It makes me get in the spirit of putting on sweaters and getting into the fall season.
That first change is always nice. Just to have something different. And then we were talking about this earlier. In like 2 weeks from now, if it's still cloudy and dreary, we're going to be all very upset and cranky. And
so enjoy this happiness.
So yeah, I guess enjoy the newness of the season while it's here. One big thing is that pretty much everywhere in the inland Northwest is in good air quality. We're just seeing some moderate near those fires in the Wenatchee and Leavenworth areas. Really good to see, and hopefully we do not have to talk about this any longer. By that, I mean air quality. 48 degrees, you can see that fog. You can even see a little bit of the sunrise trying to come through over the top of this fog layer here this morning in Spokane. It's 48 degrees right now in Lilac City. Visibility somewhat limited around the West Plains, so keep that in mind here, especially as you head towards Deer Park, then in Loon Lake, Newport, the Sandpoint area now down to under 1 mile of visibility. Slow it down here. We're even seeing some fog around parts of Grant County here this morning, such as around Soap Lake. So that fog is going to continue to hang around and eventually lift into low cloud cover as we head towards, say, 9, 10 o'clock this morning. After that, we are going to continue to see mostly cloudy conditions. A couple of showers, though, are going to develop again this afternoon. A lot of the wet weather we were tracking very early this morning has since gone ahead and dissipated for the morning hours. But here you go. This is about 1 o'clock. You got some showers in central Washington. Wenatchee and Moses Lake have a chance for a sprinkle, and then it's around the Palouse, Pullman, Moscow, the LC Valley, Pomeroy, Orofino, even as far north as St. Mary's in the Silver Valley. You got a chance for a couple more showers, maybe even a stray rumble of thunder. Just kind of depends on how things shake out, especially with cloud cover further south of us this morning. Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, you're going to be right on the edge of the higher rain chances, so we may get another sprinkle or two here during the evening, and that will be it for wet weather for a little bit in the urban core. By the time we get to Friday morning, skies are clearing, but a couple more showers will still be around the Palouse for the start of the day. We'll take a look at your 7-day forecast and preview the weekend coming up in a few minutes.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Sandpoint Furniture, Carpet One.
For more than 20 years, Blackhawk has electrified country fans. Experience them live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino, Thursday, October 16th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
The pain level was over 10. There's days where I just sat and cried, and I literally crawled to the bathroom. And my doctor recommended that I go to Good Feet and try the arch supports, and took about 3-4 steps. Turned around and went and sat back down and started to cry. It was the first time that I had no pain. I want people to know my testimony. I want them to know what arch support's going to do from Good Feet.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Donating your vehicle to UGM Motors is easy.
When you drop off a vehicle, you have to sign a paper of I donated this vehicle, and that was the hardest part. And I didn't have to fill it out. They filled it out for me and had me sign it.
Your car, truck, RV, or motorcycle will provide food, shelter, job training, and recovery services at Union Gospel Mission.
I think it's a great service to the community.
Call 509-327-HELP to schedule a free pickup today.
Allergies got you trying every trick? Grab Zyrtec for total relief. It works fast and lasts a full 24 hours. What are you waiting for? Go Z's the day with Zyrtec.
It's a 48-hour flash sale today through Sunday at Walker's Furniture, where every item is marked down an additional 20% off already low prices. Or take advantage of 5 years no interest financing with no money down.
Beautiful bedroom sets 20% off. All sofas, love seats, and sectionals 20% off. And all dining sets 20% off.
It's a flash sale you can't afford to miss. This Wednesday through Sunday at Walker's.
Attention high school sports fans. Your school could be featured on 4 News Now Game of the Week. Go to KXLY.com, vote for your favorite game, and your team could be the featured game on Friday Night Sports Extra. 4 News Now Game of the Week. Brought to you by BECU.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. I want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Your time right now is 6:53. It's time to get you ready to take on your Thursday in the morning sprint. We got a foggy start as you're heading out the door, but conditions are going to improve a little bit later. We got meteorologist Matt Gray with a look at your forecast. Hannah Joy live in studio this morning with details on day 2 of the government shutdown. But first, today, a woman who were assaulted by Kevin Coe, the South Hill rapist, will share their testimony before his release. Kevin Coe has spent the last 17 years at the Special Commitment Center on McNeil Island. Coe was suspected of dozens of rapes in Spokane in the late 70s and early 80s, but ultimately convicted of just 1. State experts now believe Coe is too old and feeble to be a danger and say he does not meet the criteria of a sexually violent predator. They've filed a motion to dismiss the petition to hold him. Now, we will be in the courtroom as the judge hears the motion this morning. It all starts at 9 a.m. and of course we'll bring you complete coverage of the story starting tonight at 4 News Now at 5 o'clock.
We're waking up to some foggy conditions this morning. We even had a few showers very early in the morning hours. We will see mostly cloudy conditions as that fog begins to lift in the late morning. Temperatures will be in the 50s through lunchtime. We'll see some low 60s for this afternoon. Rain chances are going to increase slightly as we head through the middle and late afternoon, and we will start to see skies begin to clear out a little bit, especially in eastern Washington through this evening.
Now to the latest on the University of Idaho murders case. A Latah County judge announcing they've decided to side with victims' families, ruling that graphic photos from the crime scene where Madison Mogen, Kaylee Consalves, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle were murdered by Bryan Kohberger will not be released. Madison Mogen's mom, Karen Laramie, asked the judge to block in August to keep certain photos private, saying the release of some pictures, including photos of her daughter's body, were in violation of privacy. The family also requesting that photos that contained images of alcohol, personal property, or videos of witnesses crying should also be withheld from public view. The judge said those records can still be released. The 20-year-old University of Washington student accused of shooting a WSU football player faced a Whitman County judge for the first time. Pullman police say Ja'Cory Buchanan shot Cougars offensive lineman Sonny Falialo at a party in Pullman 10 days ago. Falialo told Pullman police he was trying to stop Buchanan from assaulting a woman at the party. The state has until tomorrow to formally charge Buchanan. If Buchanan is charged, he'll be arraigned on October 10th. We have continuing coverage on the fatal shooting at Eastern State Hospital. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office now releasing the name of the deputy who fired his gun during the incident. Deputy Evan Flanagan has worked at the Sheriff's Office since 2022. Following that incident, Flanagan was placed on routine administrative leave. The investigation is still ongoing. Meanwhile, the identity of the suspected shooter in this incident and his cause of death also released. According to the Spokane County Medical Examiner, 24-year-old Nathaniel Bunch shot himself in the head. Bunch is suspected of starting a brush fire near Medical Lake High School, then breaking and entering into a home and firing gunshots before going to Eastern State Hospital and killing a hospital employee, Colleen Bass. The city of Spokane wants to spend $6,000 on new traffic signs. The signs say, slow the flock down. The Spokane City Council will vote on that proposal next week. Here's a look at those signs. They're sparking debate about whether this is a play on words, if it's inappropriate for public spaces, or just effective humor to get drivers' attention. The Spokane City Council will decide whether to approve this purchase during next week's meeting.
We are following breaking news. It's now day 2 of the government shutdown. The White House says layoffs could begin today, leaving millions of Americans wondering when their next paycheck will come. Overnight, Democrats and Republicans once again blocked plans to reopen the government. And right now, more than 750,000 federal employees are at home without work.
The food is high, the electric bills and the gas bill, all of these things went up. So I'm already juggling paycheck to paycheck.
One of the biggest fights in this shutdown is health care. Democrats say coverage for millions is on the line, while Democrats argue it's about spending and debt. Coming up on Good Morning America, tune in for the latest on the government shutdown.
And we will be live streaming a debate tonight for the second position of District 3 for the Spokane City Council. That debate is between candidates Christopher Savage and incumbent Zach Sapone. Watch the debate live on KXLY Plus at noon and again at 7 p.m.
This is your community, and your stories deserve to be heard. At 4 News Now, we're here to listen, connect, and bring you the news that truly matters. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
AutoNation makes it easy to say hello to your next car. Shop over 25,000 used vehicles now at AutoNation.com. Plus, we'll buy your car for top dollar and pay you the same day. Visit your nearest AutoNation store today.
When you don't use Bounce, dryer heat can be a real monster. It turns clothes into static magnets for your hair. Use Bounce to stop it. Uh-oh. If you want static-resistant clothes,
need a new garage door?
Sorry.
Give us a call today.
Well, it's a foggy start here in Spokane as we're trying to look off towards downtown. Having a little bit of trouble doing so. Limited visibility here for the next couple of hours as that fog continues to hang around. It will start lifting as we get closer to 9-10 o'clock around the region. Still going to be a fairly cloudy for most of the day. We'll see some isolated showers pop up again this afternoon. Drier conditions on Friday. A slight chance of a couple mountain showers on Saturday. And those temperatures really start getting chilly, especially in the mornings headed into next week. Got to be ready for some frost.
Gotta dig out my coats. All right, Matt, thanks. Well, thanks for joining us today here on Good Morning Northwest. We'll see you throughout the day on GMA. It starts right now.